Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Yesterday we discussed about data structure and where it all started, what were the problems that we were trying to solve with that. And also we discussed a few things about fundamental data structures like array, linked list and hash table trees. So today, as promised, we are going to learn more about array and where it all started. So array, it's as I told you, I tried to give you an example of bookshelf yesterday, and I hope you have understood that concept. Today we will be understanding the technicalities of it. So the primary question, the primary problem it was trying to solve is we wanted to have the fast access. First thing that we wanted to have is fast access, and the second thing being easy implementation or architecture. Easy architecture or easy implementation or something like that. It is very easy. These are all the only two things that our engineers thought of when they came up with an array. So first thing, how does this array look like? Let me write 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. Right, this is how array would look like, and these are all the boxes, right? Imagine these are all the houses, different houses. And how do you tell people that this is your address? Through address, right? And every house has its own identity, and that identity is derived from what? And the identity is known from what? Through house number. Here we have 3, 4. These are all called what? These are all the elements. These are all called, the house number is called what? Index. And it all starts with, the index is always starts with what? 0. You have to remember this. You have to remember this. It starts with what? 0. This gives this an identity. This gives what? An identity. It's what I told, the fast access, easy access. It's easy. You have seen it. It's very easy. It's fast access. For example, we want 30. How we get this? The third element. How do we get this? We just write, for example, I'm going to write int array. These are all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elements. So this is the size. So I have created this array list. I have created this array of 5 elements. So int is representing what? Integer. Just understand this. Integer. So inside the computer, it's stored in, it starts with example. Now elements. What all the elements we have? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Now index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and address. This is important. This is important. This is house number, this is address. Address is, imagine it starts with 1000, and since it is an integer, we have byte size of 4, so it becomes 1004, 1008, 12, 16. So these are all the, I hope you understood why this is 4, 8, 12 and 16. It's a fourth table, right? Since the size of byte size of this for integer in array is 4. That's why this 4 is a plot given to 10. inside that 4 10 is placed, inside that another 4 20 is placed, 30 is placed, 40 is placed, 50 is placed. So I hope you understood this. So this is what happens inside. This is for accessing, this is for getting this address. Imagine I want to know the address of third element. This is first, second, third, fourth and fifth. This is, we want to know what's inside the third element. To get the third element, what we want to know? Index 2. That is, whatever the element that you want to have, subtract it with -1. So here is a tricky thing. Here is the thing. So to get this address, what we do, what we know already, we know this index, and through what we know is index, what we can get is address. For example, we know the base address. We will always know the base address. So the formula becomes, to access any address of any element is base plus index into size, or size into index, whatever. So size is, here is 4. I have already told you, byte size. This is byte size. So now what is base here? Imagine we want to access, we want to know the address of third element. So base is what? 1000 plus index is what? Third element 2. 2 into size is what? 4. 2 4s are 12. So 1012. It's not magic, it's a logic. So I hope you have understood this concept of array, what it is. And another important attribute, another important thing about array is, what we since it is placed side by side, another, to make it easy, we are placing it side by side, and it is called as contiguous system. Contiguous system. It follows this contiguous system. What does contiguous system means? I already told you, it's placed side by side, easy. It's as simple as that. So it follows that. Imagine, I'm going to give you a pop culture reference here. So since, if you are a fan of Marvel, or if you have watched all the Marvel movies, the two prominent movies are coming out in this year, that is Spider-Man Brand New Day and Avengers Doomsday. And for that, we have to know all the movies, all the phases of Marvel, all the movies, all the phases, all the series that are attached to this. So imagine someone who has to catch up with this, and imagine he's directly jumping into Endgame. Afterwards, he's watching Iron Man 1 or Captain America. Randomly, he will become overwhelmed. He might get it after a few more movies. He might understand the context to it, but it won't be easy for him, right? It will be difficult. Similarly, we have a limitation for this as well, in the same fashion. Imagine, since it is contiguous, it's continuous, 0 1 2 3, it's fixed, it is fixed. Now suppose we have to add another element somewhere in the place of second, index, we have to add another element called like 100. How do we add? It will become difficult, because this has to shift, this also has to shift, everything will be, and it will affect the rule of contiguous. We should not break the rule, and that is fixed. That's an identity of the array. So this is the limitation or problem, because since engineers or scientists came up with the primary solution for the organization with the array, and that solution itself gave us a new problems to solve. This is how a problem solving works actually, one after the other, one after other. It's a domino effect at its in the action. So I hope you understood the whole concept of array. I hope I tried my best to make you understand and realize how uh, array works, what was the need of array, and where we use. This is important. Next we go to this point called where we use this array. Now we try to understand where we actually see the array in action, right? Because we all talked about how it looks like, how it works inside the memory, and how does that follow its rule, what's the rule it follows, what are all the pros and what's the cons. So but where it is implemented, and I will tell you, it is implemented everywhere, and it you have come across it, but you might have not realized, oh, that is array in action. For starters, let's say I'll write down the examples. Images are what? Pixel data pixel data pixel, right? Pixel are small boxes which constitute together to form an image. Whatever you are seeing me, right? It's a picture, and that picture is formed through small tiny boxes. Small tiny boxes constitute together to form a picture, and that's an array. And coming to videos are what? Videos are what? Group of images, continuous images. It's a moving image. Videos are just nothing but moving images. So similarly, we use this in games as well, through coordinates. And in ML means machine learning, we use thing called vectors. Let's not get too detailed about this, but I'm just letting you know where all the things. And even whenever you text something while coding or something, the logic behind the texts are array. So it means you are typing something, right? But it's a sequential manner, it's contiguous. That's why these are all the few examples of array. So I hope I made things clear for you guys. What we learned today, we learned what was the primary goal of array and how it started, and why it started, and what are the technical what are all the technicalities of the array, how we use array, and how we denote an array. What is the index, what does index do, and what is the base address, and how do we retrieve a address of a desired element. These are all the few things that we discussed today about array. I think this is way enough for you to understand array. And interestingly, I thought of what I can do better to give you that sense of complete understanding. That's why in the next video, that's why I have considered this video as a part A of the second video. We have part B coming, part B. So what we do in a part B, we try to create this MorphFS. FS is file system. We are trying to come up with this file system thing. It's a project, kind of. It becomes a project. The idea behind this is I try to give you hands-on experience on how to implement the array to build something, and you will understand the limitations as well. And I will connect that limitation to the next thing, that is linked list or something like that. So we will update this in each section. Whenever we go to next topic, this will get updated as well. MorphFS. It's a funny name and I'm excited to build it with you guys. I hope you have liked this video. If you have come to the end, please go and check the previous one as well to understand more about data structure. And thank you. And if you are new to your channel, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you once again.